People, we are telling you, people of Jamaica, we are telling you to take your head out of the dark hole. Again, let me bring something to light. The pictures above me, from left to right, is DPP Paula Llewellyn, acting DPP Claudette Thompson, Superintendent Stephanie Lindsay Clark, and former attorney at law Patrick Bailey. Now, people, in 2016, September 30th, Mr. Bailey made an alarm to the police about a body in his residence. Upon arrival, the police discover the body of one Jermaine Jr., aka Gully. Now, Mr. Gully body has over or more than 20 stab wounds. Further investigation showed that he had a gunshot wound to the head. Now, after the police did their investigation, they realized there was no forced entry, meaning whomever done this crime would have either had access to the house or live in the house. Now, the only suspect the police had was Mr. Patrick Bailey. However, he was cleared as the number one suspect, There is nobody else. This is the man who stumbled on a body at 4 a.m. in his house. Upon investigation, the police discovered that there was a wrestling going on in the apartment. So, whomever Mr. Jermaine Jr., aka Gully, murderer was, they both was fighting. He was fighting for his life. An explosion. A lot of persons have heard what a gunshot sounds like. And Mr. Patrick Bailey slept through all of that in his house. Now, Superintendent Stephanie, I just want to ask the question, why would the JCF clear the only person who should have been a suspect of all wrongdoings? Which hunt is out there for Mr. Vybz Kartel, whose murder victim body was never found? There wasn't any evidence. There wasn't any DNA. Nothing was there, but he is in prison now for 14 years. However, you went to Mr. Patrick Bailey's apartment, or house, I should say house, and the body was there. You found the 9mm spent shell. This man was dead. And 8 years now, nobody has been arrested and charged for the murder of this man. His family still need peace and still need answers. So, Superintendent Stephanie Lindsay Clark, who was at the time the police who gave the statement, what is happening now 8 years after? There's still no witness. How do you expect us to trust law enforcement, the DPP, the judicial system, when a man from out of the judicial system, a person who didn't lose their license, they practiced law even after Jermaine Jr.'s death, up until his license was revoked and he was barred from the judicial department, the board. in 2022. Now, this man is walking free. This man was practicing law. And still, there is nobody arrested after you came out, Superintendent Stephanie Lindsay Clark, and said there was no evidence of forced entry. That means nobody forced their way in to rob or to steal or to do nothing. The only thing you found was that Mr. Jermaine Jr., aka Gully, was wrestling with whomever his killer was, breaking down the place, obscuring the room, everything turned over. That means that them are fighting at the house. And Mr. Bailey slept sound asleep through all of that. People, Jamaican people, take on a head out of the dark hole. A person asks, what will they talk about after Vybz Kartel case? There's so much to talk about, sir. There's so much to talk about. This is why we are bringing awareness to these things, because we realize that the judicial system, the JCF, the DPP, all of these places in Jamaica are corrupted because they only go after certain people. And even though they don't have a body, they don't have a DNA, they don't have anything, they are still going after Adidja Palmer. But Mr. Patrick Bailey is free to walk and live his life. And a man is dead, and there is no explanation to the family of how this man died in a house that he was with his friend for over a decade. This man was a client who became a friend. So, Mr. Patrick Bailey, sir, why are you walking free? Or is it because you have contacts? You were once the attorney for the Prime Minister, so you have favored Miss DPP, past and present, acting, and the one where need to go to court. Why is Mr. Patrick Bailey walking free in Jamaica? Superintendent Stephanie Lindsay Clark, why is Mr. Patrick Bailey walking free in Jamaica? But Mr. Vybz Kartel is behind bars. And other people who the DPP, Paula Llewellyn, said it's not the first they have done what they did in Mr. Vybz Kartel case in Jamaica. How are they behind bars? Burning, but a man where you have a body is walking freely in Jamaica and living his life. Come on, man. Come on, man. No justice for Jermaine Jr., aka Gully? Superintendent Stephanie Lindsay Clark, there is no justice for the family of Mr. Jermaine Jr., aka Gully? How is it that the one suspect you have, the only person in the residence, is cleared of any wrongdoing, and there's no foul play of breaking and entering or forced entry at the home? I want to still investigate over 8 years. Corruption can't do in Jamaica. Paula Llewellyn, Claudia Thompson. Oh no, witch hunt now go on over Mr. Patrick Bailey for a murder that was committed in his home. Oh, Mr. Patrick Bailey can go in bed, go sleep at night time, knowing that his friends have his back. That his friends cleared him of a crime that happened in his house. Oh no, I ask, what else we have to talk about after Vybz Kartel case? Vybz Kartel case make we know what dig up other corrupted case and corruption that exists in Jamaica, in the judicial system, in the JCF, in Parliament, and all over. Take on your head out of the dark hole, Jamaicans.